Hi guys, welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on the Beach Boys and how one of our group members unknowingly invited Satan into our midst. It's when the Beach Boys' Dennis Wilson became friends with the Manson family. Life changed forever. Take a look. 1968, the Beach Boys released a single, Bluebirds Over the Mountain, hidden away on the B-side with the new recording Never Learn Not to Love, an outwardly dreamy psychedelic love song featuring uncharacteristically domineering lyrics. The lyrics such as cease to resist, come on say you love me, and submission is a gift given to another, had undertones more in keeping with cult indoctrination ceremonies. Makes more sense when one learns that the track was written by Charles Manson. But exactly how do the Beach Boys, once reviewed as the poster boys for wholesome all-American values, ever establish such an eyebrow-raising connection? Takes some explaining. And their ties with Manson were actually deeper than one-off collaboration. Beach Boys co-founder Dennis Wilson first came into contact with Manson earlier that same year following a chain of events which began with the musician giving a ride to two hitchhikers. The two travelers, Patricia Krenwinkel and Ella Jo Bailey, turned out to be followers of Manson, and enchanted by their conversations and spirituality, their shared interest in transcendental meditation and the Maharisha, Wilson invited the pair to visit his home. Sometime later, after work, commitments had taken him away from L.A. He returned home to discover that the girls were now living there, along with their guru, Manson, who he would come to affectionately refer to as the Wizard. 2017 interview with ABC News bandmate Mike Love referenced Manson's introduction into the band's lives as an unfortunate episode, writing that Wilson unknowingly invited Satan into our midst. Dennis was enthralled by him at one time, and it didn't hurt that Charlie Manson came with this group of girls, young girls, who were very enamored with Charlie and looked up to him as a leader, Love explained. Wilson became so captivated by Manson that at one point he wanted the Beach Boys to join the cult. Fortunately, his bandmates didn't agree with the idea, but they did attend a dinner party at Wilson's house to which Tex Watson and several women who were behind the 69 killings were also invited. As Love recalls, most guests at the dinner, aside from himself and Beach Boys co-founder Bruce Johnson, were completely naked. As the evening progressed, the family retired to a strobe-lit room to participate in an orgy while on acid. Not wanting to get involved, Love went off to have a shower, which was interrupted by Manson, who warned him that he can't leave the group. It was at this point that the band began to realize that Wilson had unwittingly got himself involved with something much more dangerous than a group of sofa-squatting hippies. To make matters worse, Wilson was underwriting the Manson family lifestyle, covering the cost not only of their food and transport, but also payments for penicillin shots to treat the cult's gonorrhea problems. The cult also destroyed the band's cars and stole most of Wilson's belongings. In a love memoir, Good Vibrations, he writes, Dennis was all too happy to allow Manson and his girls to move in, use his charge cards, take his clothes, eat his food, even drive his Mercedes. Manson, after all, had something for Dennis, a stable young woman who catered to his every desire. It was only much later that Love learned that it was Manson who wrote Never Learn Not to Love, originally titled Cease to Exist, not his bandmate. Wilson had taken full songwriting credits on the track after rewriting the lyrics in Raging Manson. In Jeff Ginn's book, Manson, The Life and Times of Charlie Manson, a cult leader is reported to have given Wilson a bullet telling him, I know where you live. I know where your children are. Further threats came after Wilson tried to escape the family after beginning to fear for his life. Instead of contacting the police, anxious of what the cult would do in retaliation, he simply moved home, only to find a note from Manson to his new address, which read, You can't get away from me. The musician finally managed to free himself from Manson's clutches after allegedly beating him up in front of his own followers. It was not long after this that the cult began plotting murders that would shake the world. On discovering the horrific crimes that Manson and his members committed, most infamously the Helter Skelter murders, which left 7 people dead, including actress Sharon Tate, Love says Wilson was shocked and consumed by guilt right up until his death in '83. Had to be a tough burden for him to carry for the rest of his life. Love concluded. Can you imagine not realizing the people you're dealing with and then finding out the way he found out? It's just crazy, incredible, and scary. That's all I have for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia. Head on over there and check it out for me. Have a great day. God bless. Be praying for you.